with God, emphasizing confidence and security and relationship with Him. So when I think about this, I think about the story of the prodigal son. I relate to the prodigal son the most when I think about what it was like when I became a Christian. In Luke 15:20 it says, he got up and went to his father, but while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. And the father said to the servants, quick, bring the best robe. Put it on him. Put a ring on his finger, sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate, for this son of mine was dead and is now alive. And he was lost and now is found. So they begin to celebrate. So becoming a Christian, that was the experience of God, seeing me from a long way off and giving me his precious things, the things he's worked hard for, the things he created. He gave those things to me. And that meant everything. And so moving on in regards to the prodigal son, there were two sons in this story. So the first son was the youngest one. He did his own thing. He came back and God accepted him. And after becoming a Christian and being a Christian for a few years, I related more with the second son. And the second son, after becoming a Christian, serving the Lord, serving in the church, I related more to the oldest one. Like all of us, I've faced trials. I've been hurt many times after becoming a Christian. I've watched so many friends leave the fellowship. I've studied the Bible with sisters who became my persecutors. I've been slandered. I've been hurt many times. My husband and I have led a few groups, but one tested me the most. I was part of a group in which 2/3 of the group ended up leaving the church. Talk about failure. Talk about feeling a deep hurt. I felt betrayed by the ones who didn't see my side of things. I felt blamed for everything falling apart. I just wanted to read my Bible and come to church and be left alone. I didn't want to have anything to do with leadership. I didn't want to have anything to do with sisters at the time. And I just needed healing. I thought God stayed with me through the hurt. And while this was happening to me is when I really understood Abba Father. Luke reads, meanwhile, the oldest son was in the field, and when he came to hear the music and dancing, he got upset. He became angry. He refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him, but he answered his father, look, all of these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders, yet you never gave me a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when the son of yours has squandered your property with prostitutes, and you have killed a fattened calf for him. He was in the field working for his father when the youngest son came. How many of us, after being a Christian for so long, you're like, God, I'm working. I'm doing what you want me to do. Where's my husband? Where's my blessing? Where are my friends? What do you want from me? I am doing everything you asked me to do. And you're killing the fattened calf. That guy? Lord, what about me? Haven't I been here the whole time? And that is definitely how I was feeling in that time. I'm sorry, I keep losing my place. I'm a little excited. But what I had to understand, he talks about in Luke 15:31-32. My son, the father said, you have always been with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because your brother was dead and is now alive. He was lost and now is found. He has always been with me. Everything the Father had was also mine. He had always been by my side. But I had to ask myself, was God enough for me? Or am I waiting for the prize for my obedience? Do I ask God for what I need or help, or am I relying on my own strength? Do I want a robe and a fattened calf, or is God enough for me? Did I fight through all those times to get my treasure on earth, or is God my treasure in heaven? What I needed to change perspective. I will work for the Lord and not myself. I will make sure God is my treasure and not the pleasing of man. I will go in the strength of God and not my own strength. I will grow in forgiveness of others and of myself. My husband and I have healed, and we've led a few groups after that, and just trying to keep the right perspective. God is on his own timing and not of mine. So today, sisters, no matter which son you are, the one that's wild and came back, or the one that stayed and was distant and was still lost, God is our Father. He still wants to wrap his arms around you. He still wants to love you and kill the fattened calf for you. We just need to stay with him and not on our own strength. Amen.
Amen. Woo! Woo-hoo. Yeah.